Everyone knows nowadays that people have complexes. What is not so well known, though far more important theoretically, is that complexes can have us. The wine of youth does not always clear with advancing years. Sometimes it grows turbid. Our heart glows, and secret unrest gnaws at the root of our being. Dealing with the unconscious has become a question of life for us. Grounded in the natural philosophy of the Middle Ages, alchemy formed a bridge. On the one hand into the past, to Gnosticism, and on the other into the future, to the modern psychology of the unconscious. The pendulum of the mind alternates between sense and nonsense, not between right. If there is anything that we wish to change in the child, we should first examine it and see whether it is not something that could better be changed in ourselves. There is no birth of consciousness without pain. Shrinking away from death is something unhealthy and abnormal which robs the second half of life of its purpose. We are born at a given moment, in a given place and, like vintage years of wine, we have the qualities of the year and of the season of which we are born. Astrology does not lay claim to anything more. Through pride we are ever deceiving ourselves. But deep down below the surface of the average conscience a still, small voice says to us, something is out of tune. A psychoneurosis must be understood, ultimately, as the suffering of a soul which has not discovered its meaning. One looks back with appreciation to the brilliant teachers, but with gratitude to those who touched our human feelings. The curriculum is so much necessary raw material, but warmth is the vital element for the growing plant and for the soul of the child. Without this playing with fantasy, no creative work has ever yet come to birth. The debt we owe to the play of the imagination is incalculable. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakes. As far as we can discern, the sole purpose of human existence is to kindle a light in the darkness of mere being. A scream is always just that, a noise and not music. Your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakes. Where love rules, there is no will to power, and where power predominates, there love is lacking. The one is the shadow of the other. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darknesses of other people. Mistakes are, after all, the foundations of truth, and if a man does not know what a thing is, it is at least an increase in knowledge if he knows what it is not. The least of things with a meaning is worth more in life than the greatest of things without it. The collective unconscious consists of the sum of the instincts and their correlates, the archetypes. Just as everybody possesses instincts, so he also possesses a stock of archetypal images. Sometimes, indeed, there is such a discrepancy between the genius and his human qualities that one has to ask oneself whether a little less talent might not have been better. We cannot change anything until we accept it. Condemnation does not liberate, it oppresses.